before I found you, I was signed up for every um, conference there was. And then when I really realized what I had here with your courses, I canceled them all. I didn't feel like I needed them.
So from what I gather, he's a 33-year-old guy, a little bit overweight, 6'2". I think it was like 235 or something like that. Like a history of some anxiety and I'll just say mood disorders. He might have been chewing tobacco or like excess alcohol consumption. But it looks like approached you because his family has a history of diabetes. It looked like conscious eating habits, but then like would fall off the wagon and binge and eat and drink too much alcohol. So really just kind of wanted to get on the wagon, it seems like. Is that fairly accurate?
Yeah, that's
Cool.
right.
Cool. So then how do you evaluate this guy?
Well, I just did your program, and so I did exactly what you told me to do. I did the cell blueprint on him, and then I did your um, lab. What I found was there was a lot of insulin resistance and glucose dysregulation. There was also some liver issues that were showing up.
So some of the markers, you sent him over, but his GGT was pretty high. There was definitely some glucose dysregulation issues. The T3 uptake was low, looking like he had high estrogen and some of those bits. So then what do you do? So you looked at his cell blueprint, you looked at
Yes.
his labs, and there's a whole mess of stuff.
He'd been working with a doctor probably for 3 or 4 years before that, and his labs, he showed me his labs, and there was no changes.
Hmm.
He was getting labs done every 6 months, and there really wasn't much change, even though he was taking a lot of stuff.
So it sounds like, so when you said a doctor, he was taking supplements or medications?
He was doing both. It was a functional medicine doctor.
Got it. So as a functional medicine doctor, 3 years, doing labs every 6 months, taking a whole bunch of stuff, medicine and supplements, and there's basically no change over the course of a number of years. He comes to see you, you do the cell blueprint, neurotransmitter, kind of mental, emotional things, ran his labs. A lot of stuff showed up, but then the glucose seemed to be primary and the liver. So you did all these things, and then in what period of time did you reevaluate and what did you find?
So it was 3 months.
So then, and you showed some of the labs here. So like, what were some of the findings after those 3 months, after 3 years of trying?
Right. It was really interesting. So he had a high TIBC, and that went into optimal range. His iron was high, that went into optimal range. Leukocytes were high, went into optimal range. Hemoglobin was high, and that went into optimal range. His alkaline phosphatase was low and went into optimal range. T3 uptake was low, that went into optimal range. And his phosphorus was low, and that went into optimal range. Now,
I was looking at this too. So his triglycerides almost was cut in half. His insulin was almost cut in half.
yeah,
GGT was almost cut in half, 42 down to 28. His
yep.
CO2 went up a little bit, but his HOMA, the insulin resistance score was almost cut in half, and his fatty liver index went down 20 points too. So in a very short period of time, you saw a marked improvement. He said he lost 20 pounds. His waist decreased by 2.5 inches. I guess my final, maybe they're related, two questions are, how would you, if you can go back in time, how would you approach this guy without it having found us? Like what
I don't think I would have been able to help him. I mean, I just don't. I don't think that I would have had the confidence. I wouldn't have had the knowledge. I think that I have some knowledge around nutrition and diets and different things like that. But honestly, I think um, this made all the difference, and not just for him. I mean, I had other people that I thought, oh, I like even my own son. I'm just getting started, so I have probably another 10 people that I could do this on and tell you that I could not help these people without this program.
That's awesome.
Just to be able to look at labs, be able to understand what they mean, how the body works, the depth that you go into explaining that is it really is a game changer.
Cool.
I don't even know where you else you would get that from.
Yeah. Our goal is to help practitioners help other people.
Yeah, I think I do wanted to say to you that today my son is playing in a baseball tournament. He would not be able to do that without um, what this program and what you have done for him. And so I just, as a mom, I just want you to know how much I appreciate that. And I get to go watch my boy play ball. And yeah.